Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So I wanted to do another vlog because I know it has been a very long time since I've posted one, and I know some of you guys enjoy these, so I figured why not? Gives this little chance to chit chat and catch up. So we recently just had Hurricane Harvey, and I live in a place, basically I live in northern Houston, and basically I was very fortunate that my house didn't take on any water. There were people who live in a town near me who actually ended up having their houses flood. So the threat was very, very real. And that's not even, mentioning the people down in like Corpus Christi, Galveston, Port Arthur, and so many other places that I haven't mentioned. So if you are from any of those areas, I hope you're doing okay. I hope that you and your family are safe and that your animals are safe. Everybody seems to forget about animals, in times of emergency, and it's really kind of sad in my opinion, which I can understand, obviously you're going to worry about you and your family first, but it's just some of the things that I've seen on Facebook and in the news, it's just really sad. But anyways, the way that it kind of happened was I was literally cooped up in my house for 5 days, couldn't go anywhere. And it wasn't that the roads were that horrible, it's just that certain areas were. So normally, where I live, I have to resort to using the highway quite a bit because I'm kind of in the boondocks, and it might not seem like it, but I kind of am, basically. And pretty much, what happened was, Hurricane Harvey made landfall at, Galveston, Port Arthur, Corpus Christi, basically down south, obviously. So all the water started coming up from the south. Now, they had to release, levees and dams and, lakes and stuff. They had to, release all the water from there because they were overflowing anyway, so they figured might as well. So I literally had water coming towards my house from basically every single direction. And it's a very, weird feeling because I literally kept looking out the front window of my house, and I was like, okay, if these floodwaters rise, we are screwed. So my mom and I packed the essentials, and we packed up, food for our cats and their carrier. Basically, we put them in this huge crate that's meant for a 150-pound dog, and we put it all in the car just in case. And thankfully, my mom has friends who live in Fort Worth, Dallas area. So our plan was actually to go and drive up to, the DFW area. So that was what would happen if our house started taking on water. Now, I'm kind of an oddball. You guys, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know this. But I decided to check the elevation. Now, obviously, the further you get to the coast, the lower the elevation is going to be. So places like Galveston are, I think, around 30 to 50 feet above sea level. So really, it's not much. And then Houston is actually about 80 feet above sea level. Now, where I live, it's actually 200 something. So I think that was partially why we didn't end up taking on water in our house. And I'm not even kidding you guys, I have never prayed harder in my life. I'm not the most religious person in the world, but I have never prayed so hard in my damn life, because my mom told me probably 3 days into the hurricane that she let our flood insurance lapse because she was like, oh, well, we don't need it. And then the hurricane happened. So I just can't even imagine like not having flood insurance in an area like this, even if you think that you're relatively protected. Not only that, but there are so many people, they're saying that Hurricane Harvey has caused the most damage to cars in US history out of like any other natural disaster that's ever happened. And it makes sense because obviously you're not really going to think about your car, you know. And from what I understand, I think it's that regular car insurance will cover flooding, but with, you know, houses or whatever, you actually have to get flood insurance. Like, it's a separate entity. So I was not aware of that because obviously I am not a homeowner yet. Probably won't be for like another 10 years. Like, let's be real here. But, yeah, it's really kind of crazy to think that. So anyways, I thought I would share that. But I'm just gonna kind of, basically, I agree with something that a poet on NPR said. She lives down here in Houston. I forget what her name is. But basically, she was like, I love Houston, but this hurricane has definitely made it so that I will be prepared for the future. And I couldn't agree more. I don't know if I'm going to end up staying down here or if I'm going to get a job in a different state. Obviously, I will let you guys know when I can. But basically, I've come to an agreement with my mom that we will never be without bottled water in our house ever again. Because I'm not even kidding when I say this, it was insane. The day before Harvey made landfall, it was insane. I literally went to the CVS that is closest to my house, and all the water was gone. Where I work, all the water was gone because everybody was like freaking out. They were buying like 3 or 4 things of water when they probably needed maybe like 2, you know what I mean? But I guess it never hurts to be prepared. But I had to resort to buying gallons of water, which is fine. But, you know, it's just, it really kind of like hit me in that second that I was like, okay, we're really not prepared. Thankfully, my mom kind of is one of those people who stockpiles, and it's not like she's a hoarder or anything. It's more like accidental stockpiling. She'll forget about what she buys, and then she'll be like, oh, okay, we're out of this, and then she'll buy more, and then later on we'll find what she originally bought, you know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. But it's just, it's so crazy. It's literally so crazy. I saw posts on Facebook from my friends where people went into gas stations and they were charging $42. I shit you not. $42 for like a 24 pack of water. And I'm like, you're price gouging. Like, you honestly think somebody's gonna pay that? Like, obviously, if you are desperate enough, you're going to. But I mean, that's crazy. But anyways, I'm going to Walmart to see if a certain type of journal is on clearance. And I also need to get coffee. I'm going to go get some stuff to make cookies for my mom's friend, because my mom's actually going to help this lady that she used to work with, because her house literally flooded with about, I think it was like 4.5 to 5 feet of water. My mom showed me the picture, and excuse me, basically what happened was she lives in an area of lower elevation near us, and her house just took on water. And the picture was literally like she couldn't even get down to her lower level in her house because there was so much water. I'm not even kidding. So obviously the water receded, but they're all doing kind of like a cleanup party, if you will, on Saturday. Yeah. So basically I'm going to make cookies for them. You know, I just figured it's the least I can do. I mean, I can't help out because I'm going to be at work, unfortunately. But, you know, it's the least I can do. So anyways, I'm gonna go do that, and then I think that's about it. Yeah, probably go get some food and then just call it a day. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go do that, so I'll talk to you guys in the next clip. Okay guys, I wanted to show you what I got really quickly. It's mostly just like things that I actually needed, and then a couple of things that I wanted, you know. So I got my favorite coffee, which is just the Great Value French Vanilla. This is only a medium roast, which I actually kind of prefer. Some days I'll do a dark roast. Most days I prefer medium roast. But what actually happened was Folgers used to have this brand, or actually they used to have this type, and then I think Walmart stopped carrying it, and then they just started, you know, making it themselves, which I have no problem with. I mean, I'm more than happy to buy it at a cheaper price, like whatever. And then I got another one of these Swingline Desktop Punch Precision Pro hole punches, because they have adjustable punch heads. Now you guys know that the Filofaxes have 6 hole punches on every page. So I figured, since I have 2 of these now, I can actually put all 6 in just one hole punch. So I don't know why the hell I never thought of that before, but it just occurred to me, and I'm gonna roll with it. And then the last 2 things I got, which I thought these were super cute, these were in the back to school section, and you all know how much I love coffee. Like, it's no secret, I'm sure. So I got these, and I got 2 of them. It was about $4.50 around there for both. So not entirely super expensive, but I also probably should have waited till they went on clearance, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to find them again. So that's everything that I got. So now I'm going to go hunt down some food, and yeah, I will talk to y'all in the next clip. Okay guys, so remember how I told you that I was trying to make it so that I could use some of the parts from this hole punch and use it in my big one? I can't, because they're different sizes. The ones in here are bigger, and then the ones in here are smaller. So my other idea was to position them so that it punches, you know, the holes in my paper for me, like, as, you know, the holes for like a Filofax. The only problem is that I'm kind of shaky with the dimensions, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I probably was just better off buying the actual Filofax hole punch, because I know with that one you can adjust it. So I probably should have gone down that route, but I know it's kind of expensive. It's like 25 or 30 bucks. So I didn't really see the point in doing that, because I was just hole punching everything by hand. So like one hole at a time. I don't really make a ton of inserts all at once anyways, so it really wasn't that big of a deal, but I just wanted to be able to have my pages punched. So I'm going to keep working on this, and if I figure anything out, I will let y'all know. Okay guys, here we have Suitcase Kitty, otherwise known as Sweet Pea. He says hi. He's kind of shy. This is Mochi. As you guys know, I call him Pooh, because he's basically just Pooh. Yeah, I don't know. He used to be a lot meaner, but now he's just a sweetie bear. Right, Bubba? Yeah, I know. I'm disturbing your nap. I'm sorry. You're just cute. And then over here we have the spoiled one, Maru. Yeah. Hi, Bubs. And back to Pooh, because he's so cute. Sup, Chunk? Hi, Bubba. Okay guys, remember how I told you about that crate that's meant for like a 150-pound dog? Well, we still have it out here, and Skoshi has decided to make it his domain. So that's where this little monkey has been, basically, for the past couple days. Okay guys, so I have been washing my hands like a fiend, and because I wash them so often now, it's honestly not because I'm a germaphobe, it's just because I hate the way my hands feel like when they feel dirty. Not only that, but the job I work at, my hands get super dirty, and it's just, I don't want to get like sick or anything by something that could have been prevented. So I would have bought, you know, just like the travel size lotions, but I don't like that they're so tiny, and you know, I do keep lotion, like hand lotion, in my purse, but I need some like for around the house. So I just got this Suave Advanced Therapy, and I've used this stuff in the past. It works really, really well, especially for the price. Because I mean, who wants to spend like 10 bucks on lotion? I know I don't, especially because I go through it so quickly. So normally I don't stock up unless like Bath and Body Works has their semi-annual sale. And even then I haven't done that in a very long time. So I've just kind of been resorting to this kind of stuff. And like I said, I've used this in the past, works really well. So I just need some for like at home. So I'm going to leave one of these by my sink, and I'm going to fill it up. And then every time after I wash my hands, I'm going to put lotion on. And then I'm going to keep another bottle in the office, which is where I spend most of my time, honestly. So there's that. And then I also was just going to put a couple of these in my purse because sometimes what I eat will absolutely drive me crazy. Like I was having beef jerky the other day and I got stuck in my teeth, and I think we've all been there. So I'm gonna put a couple of these in my purse, but mainly I actually did need them. And then I know I'm like switching gears kind of in a weird way, but to talk about crochet, this is the border, yes, I did say border, that I'm doing on my blanket. You guys know I've been working on this blanket since last year. I actually looked through my photos. It was started back in November. So I decided that I really need to get the lead out and I need to finish this. So I really, really love the way that this looks. It kind of looks like a flower petal, and I'm very pleased with it. The reason why I chose this border was actually because the reason why I'm making this blanket in the first place is because it's my graduation present to myself. You guys know I graduated back in December of last year. And the school that I went to, Kent State, on their banner, they actually have like a sun. And I actually have a tattoo of it on my right foot, which I would show you, but I'm kind of like self-conscious about my feet. You know, I'll just show you anyways. So that, yes, I have a birthmark, but that is basically what it looks like, if you can see that. And I kind of figured, you know, it's sort of like that. So that was why I decided to go with this border. And I really just think it looks kind of cool because originally what I was going to do was just like a scalloped border, like a normal scalloped border. But I really think this is a very cool alternative to what I was originally going to do. So there's that. And then I'm actually in the process of starting another blanket, which is right here, and I'm doing a different stitch. I'm not going to give it away yet, but I'm just doing a different stitch. So yeah, that's basically it. Just wanted to kind of touch on that with you guys because I know some of you guys are into crochet like I am. Probably not too many, I would imagine, but I think that looks pretty damn cool. I don't know. Or I'm just super nerdy, but I really love the way that that looks. Okay guys, just to kind of end this vlog, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about some things that are going on. So I'm actually on a 1200 calorie diet now. I've been using a lot of protein powder, protein drinks, stuff like that. I find that it works very well for me. And I've also been using not just one, but 2 calorie trackers, just because I find that it makes eating more of a pain in the ass. So if there is something bad that I have my eye on, you know, it's kind of like I have to walk myself through the whole process, and I basically have to tell myself, okay, in order for you to have this, it's going to be a pain versus if you just didn't eat it. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. And it was actually a girl I went to high school with who has been documenting her weight loss efforts on, you know, Facebook and Instagram. And I mean, obviously it's nice to see when other people are progressing in whatever they do in their lives. And, you know, it's a lot easier to be supportive of them than it is to try to cut them down. So she and I really never talked in high school. I'm not gonna lie. We weren't friends. We just didn't run in the same circles. And I was friends with some of her friends, but, you know, she and I never ever talked. So it's kind of funny how during college and after college, I actually kind of became friends with her. And I think that's kind of interesting how things work out like that. But I was kind of curious one day, and I asked her, this is actually just last week, I was like, yeah, so how have you been losing the weight? And she was like, oh, you know, I'm on a 1200 calorie diet, I'm watching my carbs. And this was actually something that I had done a couple years ago. I think it's been about 5 years now since I've done that kind of a diet, which was literally the diet that I was on. And I did it all on my own with the help of MyFitnessPal. And I ended up losing, I think it was about 60 pounds. So by the time I got to college, I was probably the thinnest I had been in years. And, you know, obviously I gained it all back, and then the weight just kept kind of piling on because of some other things that were going on, which I may or may not disclose to you guys one day. I'm hoping I will be able to, but I have to figure some things out first it'll all make sense to you guys one day. But anyways, it's kind of like I'm doing it with her, so I'm being held accountable in more than one way. So I think that's why it's kind of stuck for the past couple days. And I haven't been eating as bad of food as I normally would. Normally, you can find me eating carbs, and a lot of them. I am definitely a carb type of person. But I've really been trying to just kind of swap out what I would normally eat with just a shitload of protein and a lot more fats. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I have a friend who actually got her bachelor's in dietetics, which is, you know, like you're studying to be a dietitian. And she was telling me that the 2 things that keep you fullest the longest are proteins first, fats second, and then carbs third. So if you do it in that order, you know, you should be good to go. So I've kind of been working with that, and it's really been working for the past couple days. I'm down about 6 pounds. So I'm going to try to keep that up, and I will hopefully be able to document it for you guys. I did finish my blanket finally. I just finished it last night. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. And it is finally on my bed. If you want to take a look at it, I did share it on Instagram, so you can go look at it there. Also, if you follow me on Snapchat, I posted it on there as well, but you wouldn't be able to see that by now because it's already gone. But you can definitely see it on Instagram. Also, something else that I want to mention is that I need to push back the giveaway. And the reason why is actually because I have a lot of stuff going on right now. Work is completely swamped. And it's for a reason that I can't tell you guys, mainly because I don't really want to divulge where I work. But at the same time, I'm in the process of finding a new job, one that I can actually live off of the salary and do, what I basically went to school for, which is business. My degree is called Integrative Studies with a concentration in finance and entrepreneurship. So basically business. So that's what I'm in the process of doing, losing weight and everything. And I apologize, but I don't really have the time to do a giveaway right now. I don't want to push it to next year because I feel like that's way too far out. I know I promised you guys one giveaway a year, and I feel like that's the least I can do, especially because you guys are so supportive, and I really do appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate your support, but I am going to have to push it back. At the very latest, it will be in December, but I'm at least hoping to have it done by November or at the earliest October. It's just all going to depend on how things pan out and whether or not I end up moving. So I can't divulge anything else to you guys except for what I just said. But yeah, there's that. And then I also I don't know, I just have a lot going on right now. And I know you guys are going to be understanding because you're all really cool. And I really do have to apologize because I do think of you guys as friends, I mean, let's face it, you wouldn't be watching my shit unless you were like a friend. Like, let's be real here. But, yeah. But anyways, one last thing that I want to mention that I am very excited about is the Reset Girl. If you guys know who she is, her name is Corey Speaker. And, I've dabbled in her videos quite a bit. The first time I found her was actually when I think she was in her Midori phase, if I remember correctly. But I just loved her, passion for planning. And I actually made a video that was something that she talked about because this was when I was first getting started with making my own inserts. And if you want to watch the video, it's still up there. It's called How to Make Your Own Inserts, and then it has a colon and it says cutting paper, because I know a lot of people are like, well, how do I do this, because you don't want to get a giant ream of cardstock and then have to cut that all down by hand. So I ended up watching one of her videos, and it was like fate, because that was how I found out that you could go to, any Staples or Office Depot, Office Max, any kind of printer place. I think even Kinko's and FedEx do it. And they will literally split the entire ream of paper in half for you, or they'll cut it to any dimension that you want. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, girl, oh my God. So of course I had to make a video about it. And it blows my mind that she found it. And she was like, oh my God, I just found this. She was like, I love this. Thank you so much. And I was like, I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. That, for somebody who doesn't even have 500 subscribers, I think the last time I checked today it was 445. That to me means a lot because I have been busting my ass on YouTube for I think almost 3 years now total. I've deleted some of my videos, like the earlier ones, but I've been doing YouTube since about 2014, and it's just nice to see that something like that, it's mind-blowing really, but I just figured I would share that with you guys because I thought that was really, really cool. One last thing though. I have been using the Rock Retinol Deep Wrinkle Treatment. And if you're going to say that, girl, you're too young, you don't have any wrinkles, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to tell you to stop watching because I do have wrinkles. They are right here because my face is nice and fat, as you can see. So, and I'm very, very like weird with my mouth and the way I talk, my facial expressions. So I needed something that was going to fill in these suckers right here. And let me tell you, it has done a beautiful job. I love that I can combine it with my moisturizer. So it's a win-win for me. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and being understanding. If you are in the path of Hurricane Irma, please be safe. Make sure, you have all your stuff ready to go. I was actually watching on the news, they said that right now Florida has issued a mandatory evac. So if you are one of the people who has to evacuate their house or their apartment or wherever you live, please be safe. And I love you. I'm sending you guys hugs. I did just go through Hurricane Harvey, so I can kind of understand the panic and all that kind of stuff. But I want to send you guys my love. I know it's not much, but I just hope that you'll be safe and that you can come out of this alive and, hopefully your property won't be damaged. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.